All right, Ohio Attorney General Richard Cordray says AIG has agreed to pay $9 million to settle fraud allegations filed on behalf of Ohio's schools, universities, and cities. Ohio says AIG conspired with other insurers to eliminate competition in the commercial casualty insurance market by giving customers fake quotes. AIG denies it did anything wrong. The Attorney General joins us now from Columbus, Ohio, from the state capitol. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about this case because it continues. It's ongoing with Marsh & McLennan, who settled in another case also with AIG for a substantially larger amount of money, $400 million previously. What do you allege happened here?
Well, we allege, and we believe the evidence shows, that Marsh, who was hired by public entities and others to be a broker to go out and seek competition among the insurance companies to get the best casualty quotes for their customers, in fact was organizing, policing, maintaining, and enforcing a market division scheme, which is in flat violation of the antitrust laws, which led to higher prices, some of which was bumped back to Marsh, and that the insurance companies involved knew that they were manufacturing fake quotes to give the appearance of competition when in fact there was no competition actually occurring.
So Attorney General, on this side of the case, AIG has settled. The case with Marsh is still pending. On the securitization side of the case, Marsh has settled for $400 million. Do you expect a similar amount or a settlement that could be reasonably compared to that from AIG on the securitization side of the case?
We do think that in the securities lawsuit there was a very significant harm done to shareholders nationwide and, in fact, of course, internationally, and we are the lead plaintiff representing that entire class, although our direct clients are the Ohio pension funds. We think that there will be a very significant recovery in that case. There already has been significant recovery in the AIG securities case. We've collected from third-party defendants. We've reached resolutions that total almost $300 million, and we still have the main case against AIG itself, which will proceed.
Let's talk about some other cases the Ohio Pension Fund is taking a lead role in. The suit against Bank of America and Ken Lewis for deceiving shareholders or not releasing information shareholders would have liked to have on the purchase of Merrill Lynch before that purchase went through. How is that case going?
We think that's a very strong lawsuit, and in fact, of course, in congressional testimony, there's been an awful lot of discovery done for us, as well as the SEC proceedings against Bank of America and Merrill Lynch. In that case, what we allege is that between the time they announced the merger in September of 2008 and the time it closed in December, they found that there were something like $16 billion in bad assets on Merrill Lynch's books. Should have told the public, did not do so, strategized about it, thought about it, decided to withhold that information, then went ahead and acceded to requests from Merrill Lynch executives to pay out almost $4 billion in bonuses, again without giving any information to shareholders about that. After the merger closed, this became public. The stock prices tanked. The New York Times has called us the greatest single destruction of shareholder wealth in American history. We think that's a pretty strong lawsuit.
Let me ask you, because back in the fall you were saying that the damages from the suit could be in the billions. Attorney General, do you still see that?
We do see that. We've sued both Bank of America and Merrill Lynch and the top executives at those firms who we feel very much should have known better. We think that they clearly had a duty to disclose what was very material information to the public. They did not do so because they didn't want to jeopardize their merger. They'd had their heart set, Bank of America had, on acquiring Merrill Lynch. And we think that this is a classic, straightforward violation of the securities laws, and we are determined to pursue ample compensation for the people who were harmed.
Just got about 30 seconds. So you say it's classic, straightforward, but you know anything involving the law can take years and years and years. I mean, how quickly does this get resolved in your view, or does it take an awfully long time?
We don't know. If it goes to court, then it will take a while. If they come to the table and want to resolve the matter, we'll have to assess the seriousness of the proposed resolution. But we're determined to get compensation for our investors and retirees in Ohio and for those across the country who were harmed by what we think is very straightforward misconduct under the federal securities laws.
All right, Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us. Ohio Attorney General Richard Cordray there.